Pre-team coaches, this video covers phase 4, area 1 of bars. There is 3 stations where they stay for a designated amount of time, alternating with a partner, either standing on the dot or doing the exercise. The first one, you can see Coach Teresa is waiting for her turn. The skill that she's practicing is a backward roll, and we chose to practice this with pullovers because pullover and backward roll are a lot of the same muscles. So when we start this one, we're gonna walk and touch our legs to the mat, and then we're gonna put our hands by our shoulders at pizza hands. So when we describe that to classes, we tell kids this is pizza hands because that's how you would carry a pizza, is you would pick up the whole pizza and put it up on your shoulder to walk around and carry it. So we want them to do that. Other ways to describe that are putting your hands by your shoulders. Then you want them to keep their elbows in tight. If you say hands by your ears, they'll probably touch their ears like that. So that's why we had to come up with other ways to describe this one. You can also say maybe put your hands flat like the ceiling so that you can lay down and push on the ground. And then what we want to say is when you do your backward roll is rolling back and smooshing your pizzas into the floor. We want to then start in a tuck sit so they can sit down on the mat. And this is technically tuck sit. And notice again, there's their elbows by their knees, just like their hollow tuck up. And then we'd say backward roll and push your hands into the floor. And so that's where we want to make sure they're in that tuck position. They're pushing both hands, and notice that their elbows are pointing at the ceiling. So if kids are struggling, I like them to do exactly what Coach Teresa just showed us. Sit in the position, roll to the position without going over. And then when they do this in class and actually roll over, we want them to finish in a straight stand, arms crown is the goal. So they land in a tuck stand first to their feet and then up to crown. So some of them will land on their knees, and instead we want to be pointing out that tuck stand. And then if they're able to catch on, straight stand, arms crown, because that's what we do in competition team, and then head back to the dot for that station. Then when they're over here for wall walk pullover, they're going to be waiting on the red dot, and this, we want them to be practicing with a foam under their chin because so many kids run up the wall and whip their head backwards. And then some kids can even get their pullover by kind of swinging incorrectly around the bar rather than keeping their head in the right spot and using their muscles. So make sure we're using that chin foam for that. And if kids are able to do that, you could always pull the bar away from the wall a little bit too and let them do like a running pullover or a kickover pullover. And then over here is working towards that legs together pullover. So they're starting in a pike sit with the foam in between their legs. And what we need to figure out for each kid is, do they need to just leave their feet on the floor and hold their chin above the bar and count to 5? Or do they need to pull up to a chin hang, L hang, and count to 5? And that's where their chin would go above the bar and their legs in total would lift off the bar and they count to 5. Or are they a student who can already be doing a pullover at that station? And that would mean that they pull their chin up with their legs off the ground and pull over. But we don't want them to be trying a pullover if they have to kick 1 foot at a time or go over. What we're working on is the muscles for doing it from that L position and not dropping the foam. And then that's where they would wait while their friend is going.